Yes, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band, charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. To spoon. To spoon. You from Fonjema, Maryland, to spoon. To spoon. If you eat kepa, gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. To spoon. You wanna get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today?
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Yes, what you got today?
Spoon.
Beseku.
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Ba. Skibidi dabado.
Spoon TV. Spoon entertainment. On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon radio station. Spoon television.
Yes, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band, charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to
It's a pilot in the United States.
You want to
describing what would eventually be the visa restriction imposed by the U.S. State
You want to
Department.
know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon.
The glow of my morning transformed
Politicians want to make their
into a glow of a pitch black evening. And this information had finally succeeded. This was my initial reaction. I could only feel sorrow for my wife and darling little children.
You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, too small.
Yeah, nah, they duplicate the key. Say what you say.
Give me respect. I will never be brief. I will be my first time to enter in control of it.
That Dominic gave you key.
I'm telling you. I said Dominic Bay. Why can't say the divinity? Why can't say Mr. Red Divinity? Why can't say Mr. Mari Divinity? I know all the people that are working there. I know the people that are working there. Dominic called me in the office on a Saturday. No phone was there. He said, my man, we are looking at me. I think I like to do your work.
I mean, I boss me up, you know.
I like to do your work. I will let for you out of talk. I was okay, I will follow behind you. I went to any city. He said, my man, I want you to tell me an operation for me.
Oh, no, Dominic Pay.
Dominic Pay, I'm telling you, I continue saying Dominic Pay.
Okay.
So I want you to tell me an operation for me. He said, I just want my money. I want to buy ticket. I said, where is the money? I need to see it. He said, but when the mission is full, I will give 50,000.
Yes.
50,000 US. But whatsoever, don't run away. Just be here. But he can give me your contact number. He said, no, I will not give my contact number. I will not let you know the communication. Then, after he discussed that discussion with me in June, the time will come in and he said, the mission will be set on Sunday on the 25th of July because we have a long weekend, which is
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
I didn't just sit down in the car and tell me going out to my hallway. And the time I sit down in the car, money was in the car in the head. Everything. So, I tell people who you think you can find to destroy a city. I say, I will find somebody, I get somebody. I say, I can destroy a city. I say, but then have a guy show me the phone cartoon and I say, they want to buy a phone. I say, but how would you do it? You're taking food.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band, charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Okay, so welcome to Spoon Television, Spoon Radio Station. Of course, this is a Spoon Network, one of Spoon 107.5 FM, Fabric 101.1, Super 95.5 FM, and of course, the Spoon Foundation. Want to say welcome. Thanks for joining us again on another edition of the Late Night Show, the Late Night Politics on Spoon. This is where we get to talk about the trending national issues, provide you some analysis around those different happenings every single day. Of course, we gather here with diverse views and an eye on a better Liberia. And of course, that's what we all try to project here every single day. We disagree, we agree, but at the end of the day, we try to promote the interests of our country because Liberia is that big umbrella under which we all stand. So I'd like to say welcome again to another edition of the program. My name is Nelson Colette. Thanks to all of the folks across Liberia and across the world who always make up time to join us. In case you just joined us on the program tonight, you can kindly share the show as we move on to have a fascinating discussion here tonight on the late night show, the late night politics on Spoon. Well, with no time to waste, we're gonna be here for the next um, hour or so. So let me bring in Francis. Francis Jabate has joined us. Francis, welcome to the show. It's good to have you on.
Good morning, brother. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing well, and it's it's good seeing you again. How's your day been going? Is it like I mean, what's the time at your end?
Right now it's 9:29
Okay,
in the evening. So
so
yeah,
your day has concluded. You
uh,
the guys can say what conclusively concluded.
yeah. That's sorry, bro. Right? Yeah, man. We got a
You
little bit wet over
conclusively
here.
concluded your day. Just the evening hour now. Yeah.
Yeah. But what's up with
So,
you? What's up with your end?
oh yeah, it's good here. Here in Liberia is the dry season, and everything has its own, issues. When you're in the dry season, there's something that some people don't like about it. During the rainy season, there's also something that
Oh man,
a lot of
dry
people don't like
season.
about rainy season. And
That
all of that.
that dry season, bro. When I came here, I used to be telling people, man, it's too hot here. Like, bro, it get hot, but it's not too humid. But when I came back in January, bro, 2022, where as soon as they opened the door for the plane for us to walk out, my man, now he
The heat
slapped me in
welcomed
the
you.
face. What? I said they want it different. I never experienced the one before, my man. I thought it was all hot, but it
Uh,
was hot and dry, bro. I'm like, no.
yeah, yeah. That's why it is. And but it's a good thing to be here again, and
Yeah, bro.
we look forward to having a fascinating conversation here tonight.
Absolutely.
Um, Francis, quickly, can you just say what's on your mind as we try to kickstart the conversation tonight?
Man, yeah, bro. For me, it's probably just want to talk about that nomination of Mossadegh by the president. I'm not sure if you're gonna cover that tonight, so I'm not gonna get into it. Are you gonna cover the nomination of Mossadegh?
Yeah,
President?
we intend to do that, but we want to have Noah Scott, as you know, he's always availing himself here on the platform.
Right.
He has a view. Noah Scott, for those who maybe are just joining us for the first time, Noah Scott is the son of Councillor Gloria Musu Scott, and he has got some very critical views on that recent nomination by President George Weah. He thinks that it's going to have some sort of impact on the ongoing trial of his mother, Councillor Gloria Musu Scott. Uh, though we saw a guilty verdict coming out from Criminal Code A, but as the process is, they have a window of somewhat 15 working days or so, 15 business days or so, for the legal team to take an appeal to the Supreme Court. And there at the Supreme Court, there's a whole different process. So he
Yeah,
has opinions on that. Uh, we should be talking to him here.
yeah. But
Once.
anyway, let me just give my view on that whole thing. Anyway, because one, I know people talking about, oh, Judge Weah did, Judge Weah that, but he has a constitutional right to nominate
Okay.
when the seat
Yeah.
is vacant, right? But the Senate is where I have the issue. The Senate, even considering
Mhm.
this nomination or considering this nomination, should feel insulted. They should feel insulted because this guy is leaving in less than a month. You already have an elected president that is waiting to take over. You should leave that with him. That appointment should be left to Joseph Parker. George Weah has the right though, but the Senate, that's where the
Mhm.
problem is. Because George Weah is clearly telling them that they are nothing, they are good for nothing people. They are going to sit there and collect brown envelope and do the wrong thing because what's in the best interest of the Liberian people is to get a well vetted candidate. He should be the nominee should be vetted. But right now, the Senate meet what, twice a week? They meet twice a week. And then the president is leaving office on the 22nd. Today is Thursday. This month ends already. Next week they got 2 days. When are they going to have a proper hearing? When are they going to vet that man properly? And with all of the other allegations circulating him as justice minister and other things that he put his signature on, and then they will consider such a man. Even if they don't approve, if they don't vote him in, which of course I know, these guys have no backbone. This is one of the most spineless group of senators. They imagine 11 of them are leaving already. They will just collect that money. All they care about is their pocket. So if they have backbone, George Weah is out. If they have any backbone, they should say they will table that. They will not confirm him, or they'll not even take up the confirmation process. They'll wait for the incoming president to come in, or they will just deny Musade. But they are so spineless, so irresponsible, and the worst Senate group of senators ever. They will take on that nomination. But it is an embarrassment.
But for instance, yes, you have your views and you have rights to your to express your views on those issues. But I'm thinking here, if you will not blame the president for this, don't you think that the legislature or the Senate, let me put it that way, the Senate, is just doing her job and anyway,
the reason I don't blame the president is because the president, I don't even care about him. He's already walking out the door. Now he's trying to put a cushion around him.
But again, a good number of the senators are equally walking out the door. Are we also considering that? Because we have Albert Chie, taking into consideration the few senators that went back. Senator Albert Chie, Senator Sa Jose, Senator Darius DeLong, and who else? I think those are the three senators that are going back. All right. The rest of the other senators. Okay, so there are 4 senators in total that will be going back. That I'll try to get the name of the last person, but the rest of the 11 senators. Oh, sorry, not 11 senators.
There's I think
they're not going back
in total, right?
Yeah,
I think one passed away from I know from Bapolo or something, and he still hasn't been filled yet. But so 29 minus the 11 that were voted out. So why can't they wait for the new 11 to come in and let the incoming president to nominate his person? George Weah is already out, but George Weah has a constitutional right to nominate somebody, but because he has no shame for himself, he will go ahead and nominate. It happened in the U.S. here. It happened to Mara Garland when Barack Obama nominated the table, especially in Lyndon Johnson, the Republican. They did not carry on. You see,
I'm going to come back to you, Francis.
When Trump was leaving, but the Senate should not take on this nominee.
Thank you. I'm going to come back to you, Francis, but let me welcome our co-moderator, Moba Zokian. Moba, thanks for joining us on the show tonight. It's good to have you on.
Thank you, Nelson.
And also Alfred Konowa Senior. Alfred, it's a pleasure having you on the show tonight.
Thank you for having me, my brother.
Okay, so Moba, I would appreciate if you were to rotate your camera the same way you did the other time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna serve us right. Okay, there you have it. There you have it. There you have it. You know, that's the perfect position right there for that camera. Okay, so Moba, let's hear you quickly. What's on your mind? Just for a minute, because we have to run to our talking point and see the possibility of getting our guests to come on.
Who coming on tonight?
We should be bringing Noah Scott on.
Oh, okay.
I'm still trying to establish contact with him, though we spoke earlier on. But go ahead.
Woman, Moba, you need to face a camera. You on TV, or you're here. You gotta be seeing your whole face. Or hear everything.
I'm not facing the thing, man.
Okay, that's okay. That's That's just okay, Moba. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, I get warm my phone, man.
So I would get
Let's
one
hear
of
you.
Yeah, thank you, Nancy. Well, um, first of all, I want to send my condolences and my sympathy to the bereaved family. Uh, the people that got burned in the fire. I will stay mourning the people who died and the one who in the hospital. We're praying for them. We pray that God give some of them strength. God heal them. You know, it's just hard right now for Liberia. And one of the things that on my mind, I'm so disappointed in the president. You know, it's a national disaster, right? It's an explosion that went on. I expect the president to come out. You know, he ain't got to wait for investigation. He ain't got to say anything like maybe, oh, the people go do they want for to go to get living, blah blah. No, at least that speech, come out,
But don't
send
you
the
think, Moba,
condolences.
don't you think the president is trying to avoid this whole thing about making a statement and then people start being critical about the statement? Like he tried to
Nothing,
speak to the gifted Lama and Albert Peters situation, and
nothing.
then in no time, folks were very critical about his comments to a point where the aspect that had to do with people should not be in a car and be doing something, went wild. Don't you think the president is trying to avoid that?
Nothing. Let me tell you, right? Let me say this, right? You see, for gifting Lamane on the issues, right? There was no forensic go. There was no investigation. Nothing. That one is not. You can't say the people because you. First of all, the president was not there.
Okay.
So no need for you to come out and say the people are having one or two in car and so thing happen. You don't know what the people are having. You don't know what's going on. What was going on rather. But look at the situation where a car exploded. A lot of people, over 80 citizens, people who stood up online, campaigned for you, voted for you, not got chairs for you, you seditions, President, we are. Some of them today, they are gone. At least, just take 1 minute of your time. Even when I'm recording, we accept it. And send condolences and send word of encouragement to the people who still fighting for life. That's alone. Lord, let me tell you, Nelson, in this country, when mass shooting go on, where you see what we call, maybe I will not use the word genocide, but I'll just say, a mass skating where you see people go and just shoot a lot of people, right? The next day, you don't even see 1 week. The next day, you see the president will come out and speak about these issues. That shows the quality and the capability of the president. You understand? That shows how much you love your people more than any other thing. That's more the passion alone. The sympathy. Lord, let me tell you next thing. Let me close on this, right? For example, if somebody's sick, if somebody's seriously sick, therefore, let's say in my family, if even I call you, right? If I make that call to you, if I give that word encouragement, my word alone can make you to get well.
Okay.
That's the reason why everybody looking at president, we have to come out. Everybody looking at him, just to talk something. Then calling I think the representative calling on phone. Sorry, what kind of president does that, man? Let's be real, my brother. We can come here every day with TJ president, one thing over and over, and he just keep messing up. No wonder the Liberian people. No wonder the Liberian people voting up. So all the one hurting him. So you that do anything you want to do now. If they're looking at what you call a chicken neck, then you fix it for yourself. How job we are looking to Nana. So he care. And the people are who you're watching. 2029, you'll come out again. You're more getting the same blow.
Why ain't coming by? That's about it.
If he may, if. That's for me.
Thank you. Let's hear from you quickly, Alfred. And then we'll move.
Village Navidas. Village Navidas. Village Navidas.
Alfred.
No, Navidas. That's what your president can do. Your president a musician. So when serious or critical national things happen in the country, the president failed to. He failed to. I'm sorry for the background, but it will be better. But let me say this: I'm equally disappointed in Joe Biden also. I expected Joe Biden by next time to come out to speak to the nation on this issue. It has been almost for the 8 hours, as I think, Joe Biden has not spoken to the issue. So I think it's something that the incoming government need to take very seriously. The Liberian people.
You think the incoming government or the president-elect should equally be speaking on this issue?
Yes, he should.
I mean, he's someone may say that he's not the president. I mean, he's just the president-elect. Why should he be speaking on this as a national issue?
That cancel him being president-elect. Joe Parker is a national leader. He's a stakeholder in the Liberian society. All right, cancel that position that he have taken by the people that people gave him to be elected as a president of the republic. Take that one, put it in one corner. Joe Parker is a stakeholder in our national politics. You have serious disaster taking place in up to now. He's saying that he's not speaking, but why it is true that we know that Joe Weah is a lackadaisical president. We know that very well, but he should be stepping up because the hope and aspiration of the people have been transcended to him.
You are a supporter of the Unity Party, Alfred. You come on this platform, and here you are saying what you are saying. I mean,
he's right. He's right.
So someone may not expect such a statement to be coming from you, Alfred.
Look,
Ambassador Baga just got certificated. Someone
let me tell you,
and here you are saying that he should be speaking to this issue. You know, I mean, don't you think you're being so critical? You're being too critical of Ambassador Boakai.
That's why I said to you, my loyalty is not to Joseph Boakai.
Okay.
My loyalty is to the Republic of Liberia. When Liberia gets better, it doesn't only benefit me alone as an advocate for Liberia, but everybody else. So we want to hold our leaders we want to hold them accountable. Let me put it that way. So this thing that happened here, look, I felt bad the whole of yesterday because I was live. It was like I was following the brother that videotape that stuff. So I switched my phone. I saw that tanker laying on the side. In fact, we were going to approach it. It was just so good that he never went close to it because I believe he had gone further than where he was. I believe he himself would have become a victim of the situation that happened because you could see him, so happy, you could see him running with his phone. So it just tells you about the kind of situation in the country. You know, you see young people seeing tanker falling down, they see it as an opportunity. It's so saddening because if you have proper security in the country, nobody would have gone around that tanker. Here in the US, just common accident on the road. Common accident on the road. In less than 2 minutes, you see a police officer over there with 11. In less than 2 minutes, you see that whole road will be blockaded until that car is removed, until the tow truck comes and take that car that made an accident. They remove that car from the scene before you see no more traffic flowing again. We need to be serious in this country. What's happening is something that can be preventable. That's not happened yesterday. It's something that can be preventable. You understand? So we need to be serious here. These so-called national leaders are supposed to come out to sympathize with the people.
No. Someone says that's Frederick Sando says JMB spoke.
Where
JMB spoke about the situation at the certification program at the National Elections Commission. When he said,
we're following what everything happening
we're having a national disaster, and he said we're having a national disaster. Our house goes out. Our house are out there to the lost, those who lost their lives.
I'm not gonna allow you to finish that statement. We're not gonna be diplomatic about this issue. Okay, people losing their life was thing that can be preventable. It tells you about the lack of security in the country. I listened to the police commander from Toyota on OKFM when he was talking about dispatching people. They were sitting there and not doing nothing. Because if they had gone immediately when that car dropped over there, people were not going to die.
Okay.
They were sitting over there because they say not concern them. Because they don't even have the equipment, they don't have the material to even I'm talking about very quick emergency for you to see police officer on the scene to be able to do their job. They don't have what it takes to do anything. So sometimes, why they feel like we bashing at them? But the truth of the matter here is the national leader, those who are in charge of ensuring that policies are being implemented, they're not doing anything.
Thank you.
They're not doing anything. It's so
Thank
sad, man. It's so sad. It's sad.
Let's hold you there, Alfred, and move on to Prince. Prince, let's hear you, sir. Welcome to the show. It's good to have you on.
Thank you, Nelson. Let me just say good morning to you and good afternoon, my fellow panelists. And my first day, my condolence goes to the family that are bereaved already in Liberia and the entire country. And the Bongis, because we are from Bon County, some of us grew up there, and then we graduated from there. So we got a lot of say in Bon County. You know, Nelson, the thing there is that Alfred, I understand your frustration, like what all of us, when I very did that thing happen, I was just on the Spoon show when it happened. I was monitoring the show when that blaze came up. I think Nelson was instituted that day, right, Nelson? Yeah, instituted that day. And I seen that. Before I could even say that thing is dangerous, what the guys are doing. That flame came up. But the president-elect, Jerry Nelson saying that, and what our brother just saying, yes, he did. After his certification, at the point when he gave him a certification, when he was making his remark, he did talk about that. But now you cannot, you will not blame Joe Walker to maybe say that, can you bring a moment of silence for the day, for our loss?
So, Prince, can we take that particular period where he spoke of a moment of silence for those who have lost their lives or who lost their lives in the tragic tanker explosion? Should we take that as his official address to a national issue of such gravity?
No, Nelson, no. I said no. I ain't lie with him. I said no. But at least he addressed the country about something that going on, a disaster.
Okay.
Unlike the president who is, the president.
Alfred, let's give Prince the time to land. Yeah, let's give Prince the time.
Unlike the outgoing president, who by virtue of his position, a president of the republic, should have driven there that very day. It's a presidential motorcade. It will get there 1 hour, 20 minutes from there to Sahara. Period. In this country we live in, just 40% got killed. Joe Biden was making you a mayor, he was getting a chopper, and he only with that. So that particular area. Again, it's sad. It's really sad for our country. Do you know what it means for gas explosion to go on and you take people from West Sala to Banga, from over there to Monrovia? Imagine that wound, the breeze setting that wound. Just little fire when it burn, when it bleed your hand. The blaze together, you know how painful it is. And you're talking about an explosion? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't imagine people are just walking by the wayside. That pregnant woman that was walking with her child. Imagine that. They took out our Nimba. It's just unfortunate. Now, this is the same thing we talk about insecurity in the country. The first thing first, that thing occurred, Sarah got a police depot. They should have come into that place at once. Terrorize the Liberians not to go around there because it's dangerous. But again, you got no fire department. You got one with the police before they say, whatever. They can't park because they want to see what's happening on the scene. So all these scenarios, these are things that will come before even a car pick up with a gasoline from any preferred company or area. For example, the Freeport of Monrovia. The first thing first, those petroleum don't just move because they want to move. If you have regulation, what time to move? Some of us drove truck in the country. We know what times the 18-wheeler will travel. They don't just get on the road because every minute they got to be on the road. All the explosive tankers there. Who knew whether that particular driver, it was not a malfunction from the brake or from something.
Okay, and that's a very good point. Let me say thanks to you, Prince. Now I'm trying to get this to come on here, especially to the point where the point that was being raised by uh Alfred. But let me hear from you, Francis. Francis, do you stand with Alfred on this one? When he spoke of the need for the president elect to speak on this issue, to make an official statement on this matter.
Yes, I didn't watch his speech at the certification ceremony, so I don't know how
Okay, so
much.
since you didn't watch his speech, let me bring this one. Let me bring this one. Let me have this one coming through. Okay, so this is uh this was when Ambassador Bakai, the president elect, was called to be.
Stay in front of the camera now.
That's it. Park that set at the commission. Oh my God.
Good morning. I'm actually please have your seat. Madam Chair, members of the Election Commission, Chair and official members of the Unity Party, and dear colleagues of the Unity Party Alliance of Peace, ambassadors, various countries, members of the diplomatic corps, our political allies, stakeholders, members of the civil society, members of the press, fellow Nigerians, and people of Nigeria. All praise to God, from whom all blessings flow. God has been so good to our country and its people. There are so many reasons for us to be grateful. And we all stand and pay homage to the many true blood, sweat, and tears of us the opportunity to be here today, and particularly for condolence to citizens who lost their lives as a result of the fuel tanker operation yesterday in Toronto County. In the name of the Father, Son, and the blessed Holy Spirit, amen. Please have your seats.
So there you have it. I don't want us to go any further, but there you have it.
Nelson,
It's can we consider that as an official
No.
address to this
absolutely
particular issue?
not. I thought when people put in the comment section, oh, he spoke about it, he addressed it as certification. Oh, I appreciate he acknowledged it because you know what? It happened. It happened. He responded at his certification program, right? But
Okay.
after that, now seeing what happened, the people have been taken to the hospital, hearing because right now he should be getting daily briefing, daily hourly briefing on what's going on in the country, every hour on the hour, right? So at that time, nobody could tell how many people have been have passed away and how many people are in critical condition and things like that. So nobody could blame me for at least recognizing that that happened. But after that, yesterday, people were sent to the hospital. Oh, people died and all that stuff. So he should at least now in America they call it comforter in chief. That's how we call our president here when these mass, when the terrorist acts go on and the disasters go on. The president now come and comfort. You remember what he did when after a United Party issue happened, after they announced him and the car drove through the people at United Party headquarters. Then he go to the hospital.
Not only that, he even visited the victim family.
Right, he did. So now he is the confidant in chief. Nobody cares for George Weah anyway because that happened in United Party. George Weah has never addressed the nation or even show any sign of solidarity or sympathy for anything that go on in the country. He doesn't even address the press. But now Joseph Boakai, we voted you for change. So now you're coming in. Everything from the day he was announced as the president-elect, he should start giving the Liberian people hope that, oh, there's a new day coming, there's change coming. Nothing will happen on my watch that I will not address. Nobody said he would get everything 100%, but that's failure on the part of his team also. His advisors right now, that's a massive failure. This should be embarrassed because this was an opportunity for him to show the Liberian people.
So you think this is the first misstep? You think so?
This is a
huge misstep.
Thank you. Thank you. Mama, I see your hand up. We have to transition to our next
you know, we can beat on JMB. Like, first of all, he acknowledged what happened, right?
Okay.
He said, hey, you know, like, word of encouragement, and also tell the Liberian people what, like, you know, like, he already in the know. Okay. Now, from the time the incident occurred, up to now, it has not even passed how many days? 3 or 4 days, right? From the time. How many days?
It's been 2 days.
2 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Now, as I learn, according to my information I received, they are discussing for the public to come up with his statement. He just acknowledged the idea. So we can come and say, you can even compare him. I come in, Francis, I come in. I agree. He's going to come up immediately and give.
But Maba, if you agree, then what's the point? Well, why are you going any further if you agree?
No, listen. I'm trying to you know, let's say what Francis was saying, but it's not to say what he did is wrong. No. First of all, he acknowledged the idea that yes, something occurred, something happened. Now. It happened Tuesday.
Okay. So let me hold you there shortly, Mobile. He acknowledged the idea. Yes. Can we consider that as an official statement from the office of the president-elect?
No, that's not official statement. Okay. But acknowledging the idea and coming out, you can just get listen now. I mean, that conclude by saying this, right? You can just come out and say you acknowledge something. Then the next day you come out, you just come out with a statement. You got to understand the source of the statement. You got to know what you come and say.
Maba, in your own analysis, how long do you think it should take from the acknowledgement to coming up with an official statement? What should be the window period there? You think how long it should take?
Maybe it can be in like the next 2 days, 3 days, come up with an official statement and make a visit and talk to the people, right? We agree. We all are on the same page, but what I want to say is we shouldn't beat on JMB. We shouldn't beat JMB because he never come up with official statement.
Oh, Maba, here you are. Your internet has gone terrible. Your internet has gone bad.
One thing Maba missing.
But let's hear from you quickly.
Yeah, just quickly. 2 seconds. One thing Maba missing is that the fact that people have gotten ahead of him already has started criticizing him already 2 days later. It doesn't matter what his team advising him to do to wait for 1 week or 3 days. That makes it wrong. He should be ahead of everything.
Okay. So, Alfred, you want to come in quickly and then make our quick transition?
You know, we come here every day and we point out the level of weakness and incompetence that George Weah exhibited over the last 6 years when it comes to critical national issues. We will not sit on this show and try to be like fanatics of the Unity Party. That's not what we want Joseph Boakai for. So when Joseph Boakai does wrong, they say, oh, that what pay me, let me pay. No, we're not going to do that yet. Joe Boakai is the president-elect. Few weeks from now, he will be the president of the republic. So are you telling me, given all factors that we are seeing now, are you telling me that when Joe Boakai becomes president, When something happen in the country, he will wait for African to come on spoon, to come talk about it after 3 days before he can talk about it. No, it's a failure and an embarrassment for the team around Joe Barker. It's a failure. What we're supposed to have seen in the last 24 hours was a visitation to the site to where the incident occurred. And even have a press conference.
Don't you think this inauguration thing coming up, the joint presidential, how do you call it, the transitional team is working? Don't you think that the tension, the activity is too much, and this is one of the reasons why this much delayed? You know,
my man, I am not going to buy into that sympathy. I am not going to buy into that sympathy. We are talking about serious leadership here. We holding Joe Barker feet to the fire now, so that we who stood on the line and supported our people back home, worked hour or hour and supported our people back home to vote the president. We are not going to say alibi and allow these people around him to come play with him. We're not going to allow that to happen. Okay? So let me say this to you quickly. Let me say this to you. What I want for Joe Barker to do right now. Joe Barker, will be listening. Tomorrow, make an official statement regarding the issue. If you have the time, visit JFK and see those people that are currently in critical condition and try to get them.
But Alfred, someone may say you're being too critical of Ambassador Barker here, because when the situation happened with that vehicle at the Unity Party headquarters on Broad Street, the next day he went there. He visited
exactly.
He visited them. He was in the hospital. He was in the hospital. He visited them. So, I mean, someone listening to you now may say that you're just being too critical of the president-elect. In fact, he's not the president yet, and you expect him to be everywhere all at the same time.
There is something in the call leadership style called making decisive decisions. Okay? You're not going to wait for people to come tell you what to do. You must be in a position to do what is right at the right time.
Thank you, Alfred. Let's
talk about decisive decision in a leadership style. Okay,
Prince, I see your hand up.
Yeah. You see, Fred, you yourself, you just said the same thing just now. Even the country we live in, when a disaster occurs in a state or on the island that close to America supersede. Obviously, the secretary, the press secretary first give that first information to the president, and he will be briefed about what is going on, and then the president might say, "All right, because of XYZ, we're going to fly there tonight, or because of XYZ, we're going to fly there tomorrow." So now, my thing here is this: imagine the situation when the vehicle ran through the partisans and the Liberians in Liberia. Joseph Boakai, but then that was what his partisans and the Liberians. He had to do that holistically, fast, very fast. No, hold on. Then today,
no, Alfred, you are muted. Alfred, you're not talking until Prince gets done.
Today the scenario that today the scenario. This brother or this old man acknowledge the fight that this thing happened. We are mourning. We in solidarity with the people. Our family have lost their lives from Bon County. Now, everything, as Jawad Nelson said, there's a whole lot going on in Liberia since that man came from out of the country. A whole lot. So, don't tell me that you think Joe Barker will, even his wife, will not go to that hospital. They will. They would have showed up. But now, let us turn the table the other way.
Next time I will join you when I reach to where I receive a call. I gotta go in quickly.
What you did, you wrote up one last sentence to the representative of that district. And you want to compare the two? No, that does not do that, brother.
So you think the two cannot be compared?
The two cannot be compared. No, it cannot.
Okay, so let's finally take Francis on this. Let's finally take Francis on this because we have to transition to our next talking point.
Joe Biden, when he was elected, he was just president-elect, and Donald Trump was state president of the United States of America. There was a disaster. Joe Biden could not just go there. No, Donald Trump had to go there first. I think it was in Texas also.
Okay. So no. But then Prince, you're coming in with another one. You're
Right.
coming in with a
Let's
whole
get
different one,
Raspy
Prince.
with that.
No.
Are you saying that President George Weah being the president should speak on this issue first before Ambassador Barker being the president-elect can speak to it?
No.
Is that
Ambassador Barker
the
already
logic you're
spoke
trying
on it
to
already. He gave a little synopsis on it or what happened. He gave a little briefing on it.
And again, let me ask you this question, Prince. Will you consider the comment made at the certification program at NEC as an official statement from the office of the president-elect?
No, it's not official. That's the reason why, Nelson, that's the reason why you have your press team. You got a secretary general. So
thank you. Let's hold you there, Prince. Francis, please come in quickly, and then we
you
make
see
our
what they are missing. A lot of people also in the comment too are missing talk about JMB as president-elect, this and the other. The reason why we all campaign here for Joseph Boakai, right? And the reason why we are so critical of him right now is the fact that Liberia has been lacking in leadership for the last 6 years. Seriously lacking. So we can't make any excuse. What happened if disaster happened back to back to back to back? That's how his team should be prepared to address it back to back to back to back. No excuses saying, "Oh, let's wait for President." We shouldn't be counting George Weah. We should not even be counting George because we'll get nothing out of it. So now Joseph Boakai will show the people this is what you can expect from me for the next 6 years. So he doesn't need George Weah to show up there first before he can show up. George Weah is not going anywhere near those hospitals. He's not going anywhere near Sarah. Joseph Boakai should have driven over there to the hospital and met with those people. And after the certification program the next day, he's not giving official. He doesn't need briefing. He's just coming as a father of the nation, the commander in chief, and give a whole address to that particular issue.
Thank you.
That's what we're
Francis,
talking about here.
Let's hold you there. I know we want to go back and forth with this.
Francis, let us not take this scenario, right? We know every Liberian are hurt. Even some of us in the US or around the world, we are hurt.
None of us compared to Joseph Boakai. None of us compared to Joseph Boakai.
But the scenario, I don't want us to break down the scenario as to because Joseph Boakai never came up to make a statement, so that means he's not a good leader. No.
Okay, guys, we have to make the transition on this. We got to make the transition on this. The audience, the public will be the judge. The public will be the judge. Alfred, we have to. There's no file of the matter anymore. We have to make the transition. Thank you very much.
Joe Boakai is slow.
Thank you.
Thank you
very much.
He should be ahead of his game.
Okay, so now we will open the lines for our folks to call in and weigh in their thoughts on this particular issue. But two quick issues I want us to talk about here. The first one has to do with the nomination of Councillor Musa Dane, the current Justice Minister, to serve on the bench of the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia. There are 5 associate justices at the Supreme Court. The 5 associate justices, the number is not even because there should be a situation where the tie will be broken by one person. Now, in the midst of the recent nomination, I'm still trying to get Noah Scott to join us here. As you know, Noah Scott is the son of Councillor Gloria Musu Scott. The case is still on, whichever way you may pull it. There is a clear indication that the legal team is going to be taking an appeal to the Supreme Court, and despite the ruling, the guilty verdict from Criminal Court A. So at Criminal Court A, it was jury trials. All right, the jurors were selected, and usually jurors are not people with a strong legal background. No, jurors are people who are brought to the stage to make judgment of in a particular case based on the pieces of information provided, right? But now, in a case where they're going to the Supreme Court, it's going to be a bench trial. It's going to be a bench trial. This time around, the 5 associate justices at the Supreme Court will be looking at the arguments that the legal teams from both sides, both the prosecution and defense lawyers, are going to be putting forth. It is those pieces of information, the arguments and the evidence and everything available. These are things they're going to be looking at to come up with a decision. Well, in the midst of this, Councillor Musa Ding has been nominated to serve. Now, Noah Scott has a very strong view on this thing. He thinks that the nomination of Councillor Musa Ding to serve in that capacity is a clever attempt by the president or by the ruling establishment to rule against his mother at the Supreme Court. Well, he says the CDC will give 3 or 5 associate justices to influence the vote their way. Well, I know this issue has been discussed from different angles. A lot of people have looked at it from the point where the president's tenure is near the finish line, is at the finish line and everything, and something that despite he having the constitutional authority to decide as to when and how to nominate or appoint people to serve in his government, but they think some people think that that's the other aspect of it. But let's look at this argument, this view from Noah Scott. I mean, where do you guys stand on it? He sees this recent nomination as a move to rule against his mother at the Supreme Court. Let's start with you, Francis. Or let's take Alfred.
Yeah. Before we go to that whole analysis about whether or not the Senate is going to do anything, I see this whole thing playing as a quid pro quo. That's how I see it. Because if you look at the performance of the Justice Minister in the last 6 years, this Justice Minister has never been critical of the president, even though his capacity requires that he should be critical of the president's decision in the country. When was the last time that you hear Minister of Justice, Councillor Dean, disagreeing with the president? He had never disagreed with the president since he became Justice Minister. So it just tells me that this is a quid pro quo situation where, because the president made Justice Minister, and now that it's time to pay back, so they will make Associate Justice so that he can be able to protect the president. You understand? Because I know there's about 3 people in our Supreme Court that are seditious already. We know that. So when you are Councillor Dean,
about 3. You said about 3. Okay, let's take
There are two, and then when he get there, you made it 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think this whole thing.
So no. But another thing, you have to be very careful when you're talking about the political alignment or affiliation of the associate justices, because this is a serious legal issue.
Look, Nelson. The judiciary is a political institution. So when we're speaking about the judiciary, we're not just be talking about the law, but the amalgamation of the judiciary is a political institution.
But if you say
the politics, you cannot divulge the politics of the judiciary. Okay, so what I'm telling you here is that it's a quid pro quo situation. George Weah wants protection. So he's doing everything to bring Councillor Dean, so that Councillor Dean at the end of the day will pay him back for making associate justice.
Someone listening to us now may be thinking, why would anyone have such a thought? When so let's narrow it. Let's take it back to the Councillor Gloria Mususka situation, and I'm hoping we can get Newell to come on here tonight and to further expand on this view of his. But let's go back to the Councillor Gloria Mususka situation. When the incident occurred, Alfred, Councillor Musa Ding, you are aware, Councillor Musa Ding is that person whose name was mentioned that Councillor Gloria Mususka called on the very night of the incident, right? You remember that?
Right.
Until at a point, some of the seditionists started to point accusing fingers at Councillor Musa Ding as being that individual who has been planted to whatever he was leaking information on the other side and blah blah blah, all those other things that could not be substantiated. But this is the case, right? Can this Councillor Musa Ding, whose name was at the center stage of this whole thing from the very onset, can he? Is there any possibility of he going there on the bench of the Supreme Court to help to render a guilty verdict against Councillor Gloria Mususkat?
My wish is that the spineless Senate with this time around straighten their spinal cord. I wish they can straighten their spinal cord this time around. Okay. That is my only wish. Because if you look at Councillor D himself have been implicated in a whole lot of stuff. What happened to the Diamond case? What happened to the Western Cluster case? Where $14 million were waived. There are a whole lot of issues that he's been involved with. You understand? So for Josh Weah to even nominate him at this time, which of course that one is constitutional prerogative. That one I agree he can do whatever he want to do. But the bulk of the decision making lies with the House of Senate. I think this is not timely. It is not timely at all. And we are looking to the Senate because look, the thing is just crystal clear that the guys in the Senate, most of them are leaving. They want money to get up, so they will do anything because they're not coming back. They will never come back again. All those guys are leaving. They will never come out of the Senate anymore. So George Weah will make sure he gave them money so that they can vote. They can vote Councillor Dean, so that Councillor Dean can protect himself and protect George Weah at the end of the day.
Yeah. So let's hear. So let's hear from you, Francis. Let's hear from you on this.
All right. First thing, I want to think about this, right? The Justice Minister, who is the Justice Minister representing? The Liberian people or the president? Who's the Justice Minister the lawyer for? He's the lawyer for the people, right? The Liberian people.
Yep.
Okay. All of these ritualistic killings or extrajudicial killings that are being announced and the full missing point. How many of these cases has the Justice Department taken up in the last 6 years? How many of them has been investigated by the Justice Department? None. In a lot of these cases, these are allegations, but at least show the Liberian people that you are in their best interest. But you didn't investigate anything, any of this serious matter when you're a Justice Minister. So, like I said, and I mentioned that before in my opening statement, it's George Weah's constitutional right to nominate justice somebody to the bench. But what the Liberian people should look at in the Senate, this is not an appointee that if he or she doesn't do their job correctly, they can be removed by the next president. No, that person has a lifetime appointment unless they commit some kind of heinous crime or illness or death, then they be removed and crowned by impeachment. So the Senate is the one that I'm actually disappointed in, and the Liberian people should see that these people, they don't care for the Liberian people. They don't care for the rule of law. They care for their pockets. Because what they would have done by now, they would have all come together and say, you know what, we are not bringing this to the floor for any consideration. Because they have 2 days. They meet 2 days a week. John Glenn is out on the 22nd, Nelson, right?
Yeah.
So when will they actually vet this guy to know his position? Because now when he gets to the bench.
But Francis, let us not forget here, Francis. Let us not forget one thing here, Francis. Prior to this whole nomination thing, this is something that was well calculated. You know, I think the president must have sat and well designed this thing, right? and because he wants it, and those
Yes,
people, that's part of his constitutional right. No, and we must
absolutely.
respect him for that, right? But before this whole thing came into play, one thing I want us to take into consideration here is that the president released a what's the name? This thing is
Executive
escaping me.
order.
An executive order, right?
Hmm.
Calling the lawmakers to remain for another 2 weeks or so. So it means that the lawmakers are not going on break until the 9th of January. So today is the 29th of December, or let's say the 28th, depending on where you are. So from
Yeah,
the 28th to the
but let's keep it like
29th
real time.
to
It's the
the
29th.
30th to the 30th to the 31st, and then 9 days. You're talking about 2 weeks we're talking about here. So if we are taking the Tuesdays and the Thursdays, 2 Tuesdays, 2 Thursdays, you're talking about 4 working days, 4 session days. But aside from those days, there are other days, the other days of the week. The committees, the different committees at the legislature, they work. They do their verdict and all of those things. So I mean, yeah. So probably the
Nelson,
president took all of those things into consideration and then came up with his decision. But
Nelson,
just lend your
let me
thoughts
just
on
wrap
that.
up quickly. It's
Mhm,
one thing to say, oh, I appointed this guy as justice minister and
mhm.
stuff like that, wherein maybe they try to rush it through the Senate and stuff. But no, this is a lifetime appointment. You
Yeah.
got 4 working days for the Senate. This guy, people need to know what his positions are on critical issues that affect the Liberian people, right?
Mm.
Like things like, let's say, abortion, things
Okay.
like capital punishment for like death penalty for heinous crime. What are his position? What are his stance? Things like when there's, let's just say, rape allegation, what
Drugs.
type drugs and stuff like that. Major things that affect the Liberian people. This is the position that we are putting this. Supposedly putting this man in. So the Senate needs to do that background check and see when he was in high school, what did he say about these things when he was in as justice minister or any other position that he held before? What are his views on these things? Because justice minister, when he leave, Joe Barker will appoint somebody else. But on the bench, this guy, his mentality, his mindset is what he's going to lead with, and that's how it's supposed to be. You lead as a chief justice or associate justice. You lead with what you believe in.
Thank you.
So if he has
Mm.
the wrong belief and Liberal people don't align with his belief, and then you just force him there because you want to protect yourself and you want him to protect himself, that's wrong. So the Senate should be ashamed of themselves for even thinking about it, and they are going to take money and pass them through because they don't care.
And just to add on to what you just said, Francis, this thing is a well calculated attempt by the president to free Justice Minister Dean of some of the shenanigans that they carried out during the 6 years. Number one, I refer you to the $14 million, the Western Cluster deal, where Edwin Snow and other went and they siphoned the money from the people of Bomi, Grand Cayman County, and Bapulu counties. They went and did that. It is alleged that Councillor Dean was part of the deal. We just talk about almost I think about $4 million worth of diamond that just got missing out of the country. His opinion on that diamond, right now we don't even know who sold the diamond.
Okay.
Any attempt by the Senate to confirm and the president, nominate Councillor Dean, is just free from all of those things. He will never be investigated because he's a chief justice. The position.
No, it's not going to be chief justice. It's going to be an associate justice.
Associate justice. In the Sakoba, the associate justice cannot be investigated because he's in a position.
Okay.
Are you telling me that he's going to recuse himself to go down to investigation? So all
Thank
these
you.
things, all the stealing the guys did for the last 6 years, they're trying to cement their
Thank you. Let's hold
to
you there, guys. Let's hold you there, guys, and go to the lines. We're about to close up now. Let me do this. I'm about to do something here for the first time. I will post the link in the comment section for anyone who wants to come on to close with us. You'll come on and close, but we'll go to the lines and take some calls. Then we'll come back to do to do our closing.
Yeah, little
But let's hear from you quickly, Prince. Your camera. Listen, you guys don't hit hard on Prince for these kinds of things. Look at what his camera is doing. His camera is moving from one corner to another, like that. But let's take some calls while Prince tries to set his camera, and we'll come right back to Prince. Let's take some calls. Hello, let's take our first caller here. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you call from. Now I just posted the link down there. Anyone coming on to close up, you can kind of close with us. All right. Let's do this for our audience tonight. So go ahead. You're live on the line. Let's hear you.
This is Elliot.
Okay, Elliot, let's hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. You see what Gloria is doing. There are two things Gloria is doing with Musadin.
Okay.
Want to defend himself. Then Musadin, nobody.
Hold on the WhatsApp line. Just hold on. Yeah, go ahead. Just wrap up quickly, sir.
And Musadin, nobody vote Gloria. You don't vote Gloria. Anything, all what's going on. Nobody vote him. Two, nobody vote Musadin.
Wow.
Now, then again, for what was discussed on the incoming president.
Yeah, the incoming president. Why he has not spoken to this tragic situation yet?
Yeah. You see, sometimes it's good to do things. They say the Bible says you must be fast to hear and slow to talk. Number one, we have the sitting president.
Okay, so let's hold you there and take our next call.
Everything possible to start.
Okay.
Everything there.
Thank you.
For the man. So these are things you have to look at.
Thank you.
He will go there.
Thank you. Let's hold you there and take another person. Hello, you're live.
Yeah, hello. Nelson, this is Napoleon. I call from Minnesota.
Yeah, Napoleon, just go ahead straight to the point. Just be brief in that, so we take others.
Okay. Nelson, this. I mean, let me say, people look at President Weah to be like, let's say he's bad. Weah is not bad. He's not a novice. Weah knows what he's doing. There's a calculated plan. Okay, now that you are saying that you nominating Musa Deng, we agree that you are nominating, but the outgoing Associate Justice, he said clearly he didn't resign. He said he is early in resignation. Have you consented to the letter that he's sending you that you want to be retire early? You are not.
Okay.
And what's the process?
Thank you.
What's the process? And you go ahead. So you want to have assist justice?
Thank you. Let's hear you there. Let's hold you there and take another person here from this line. The WhatsApp line is pinned there on the screen. Let's take this person here. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you call from.
Good morning.
Yeah, go ahead quickly.
I'm John B. Moba. I call from Nipple Street.
Moba, let's hear you quickly, sir.
Thank you. You know, President Weah appointing Musa Deen, for me, is a calculative attempt or plan, because they know full whether when they carry on the investigation for those that will be found guilty through auditing, they will say we are not certified, we'll go to Supreme Court. And when they go to Supreme Court, they already have 5 out of 5 3 there for CDC. At the end of the day, they will win a case.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm telling the Senate, please do the honorable thing. Now it is not about Georgia, now it is about Liberia. Forget about Musa Deen. Musa Deen are not staying here for a concert before.
Thank you.
Go for Liberia.
Thank you. You there. Hello, you're live. Let's hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, hello, you are live on the show. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Nelson, you don't have to take my call. Let me let you know tonight.
Oh, but you on the line, Antoinette. Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, real quick. Excuse me. Real quick about Musa Deen. Frank Stewart, as I knew him when we were growing up in high school. I know what I did. Name came from. It's so strange to me. You know, as everyone say, I'm going to be dictator to everyone.
Okay.
This is a real calculated thing. The timing is so wrong. So I will appeal to the Senate to not confirm Frank Stewart or Musa Dean.
Okay. So but let's hear you on the JMB or President We Are in this
yeah, but
casualty
listen,
thing.
the second one coming to where JMB, I don't agree with you guys. The book of Ecclesiastes said there are terms to everything. The man is president-elect. We still got a sitting president. He can't be jumping a gun and going. It can't be. Let's say when we're growing up.
So you think JMB should wait for President We Are to speak on this thing or thing before he speaks?
No, not to say he's waiting for President We Are to come out, but he can't be like going in front. There's still a sitting president. So anybody want to complain and blame anything, it should go on
the sitting president.
Okay. Or whoever he is.
Thank you.
And not
Thank you very much.
I don't agree.
Thank you. You don't agree with that one. Thank you. Hello, you're live.
Yeah, Nathan, how you doing?
Yes, sir. We okay. Let's hear you. Your name and where you call from.
Listen, man. If the Liberian Senate confirm Musa Dean, then they are fans like.
Why?
Then they worth nothing.
What if they vet this man? They vet this man, and they get to realize that he needs to be confirmed.
Okay, listen, Nelson. Listen. I remember when Obama was leaving, when Trump won. When Obama came in, I mean, when Obama was leaving, there was one of the chief associate justice of the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Obama nominated this person, and you know what? The Republicans did? They stepped into it. They said it will never happen. Obama was having like 3 months before his departure.
Okay.
They refused it.
Thank you.
And they said no.
Thank you.
You understand it? So what's the reason? What's the rush?
Thank you.
A calculated plan, Nelson.
Thanks a lot.
Calculated plan.
Thanks a lot. Let's take the last 2 calls, and then we go back to close up tonight. Let's take this person.
Morning,
hello, you're live. Your name and where you calling from?
Benjamin, calling for Central Republic. This is 16.
You say you're calling from where?
This is 16. Central Republic. This is 16.
Okay, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, speak on to the bracket concerning about the Senghor issue.
Yeah.
Are you aware of doing certification, the certification to NEC? Are you aware that you spoke about it?
And we played the video. Do you consider that as an official statement coming from the office of the vice president?
But listen, that one alone is show consent, right?
Okay.
That one alone is show consent.
Yeah, just hold on a bit. Yeah, go ahead.
So I just want you to play at least for play that.
Okay, we'll play that clip. We'll close with that particular clip.
Now.
We'll close with that particular clip. Thank you.
Okay.
Let's take our last call here tonight. Hello, you're live on the show. Let's hear your name and where you call from.
Hey, Nelson, my name is Finda. How you doing?
Yes, we're okay. It's good to have you on.
Okay, good. Okay, so this is a message to all our senators. We voted them in for them to make the right decision for us. But if they said that to confirm Musa Dean, trust me, we're going to have the first biggest protest in Liberia against them. So right now we are trying to get more people on board to make sure that the day they are going for sitting, they will see that the placards and people in front there to tell them that you guys should not confirm him again, because it will not be in the good interest of our country, because his name is going on the next session days are coming up.
Thank you.
So let me just let them know right now. Thank you very much.
Let me squeeze the final call in real quick. This final one, then we go. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you call from?
Hey, Nelson, how are you?
Yes, sir. Let's hear you.
Look,
I was following the program, and I think I like to agree with Francis and Alfred. I just want to talk briefly about the situation that took place in Toronto. Look, this is where we go wrong as Liberians. I am a big advocate for Joseph Walker, okay? But we have to start strong. And one of the biggest, I listen to most of the critics of Joseph Walker, I listen to them, they said he's weak. And I've been knowing for a very long time. You hear folks say, you know, he's strong, he's not corrupt, but the thing about he's too slow and he's weak. I think that's going to seem to be true to me because, look, everybody talking about speaking, being official to speak. The question is not speaking. He acknowledged that during the certification. That's fine. But at least, please tell me, let him show his face to the hospitals.
Okay.
He's not just going to JFK. I understand from the Councilwoman Briggs, these folks were taken to many hospitals. So yes. Today the Thursday, I will expect Walker at least to show his face to the hospital. Go to JFK.
Thank you.
Not the matter of just acknowledging. That's not enough.
Thank you.
And the issue with the Supreme Court, you know, there's no issue with this idea why, I mean, President, we are ran with the nomination. We all know the reason. Look at the maker of that Supreme Court. I'm not following, but I think there should be about 5 members, right?
Yeah, 5 on the bench.
Okay, there are 5. So just ask yourself, who's dominating on that Supreme Court? Who are the CDC folks there?
Well,
they will know why
I can say,
so
not for me to say.
I know Nangwe is one. I know Nangwe is one. I don't for sure. But we know why he making the run so fast. And the question becomes, the seat is not.
But let me ask you a quick question there. Let me
finish your comment. You're coming. Just give me 1 second. And the question is, to me, the seat is not even vacant yet. The guy said he asked for early retirement. He retired. The question when you ask, when is he going to retire? I don't know the date yet. He's still there as far as I know.
Yeah, you don't want the seat to be vacant 100%.
No. Someone made reference to the Merrick Garland issue in America. Look, or Justice Scalia, he died, and the seat became vacant. So Obama put in a nomination, and the dominant Republican Judiciary Committee, they held up to that.
Thank you.
What's that? They said no, they're not going to care, and that was wrong.
So
the question becomes, who is dominating the Supreme Court?
Okay, and that is just where my next question comes in, and this final question, because we have to close up tonight. Are you suggesting that if a particular government or a particular president nominates an associate justice to serve on the bench of the Supreme Court, that person automatically have some loyalty or whatever to that particular president or political party that the president belongs to? Because I mean, you spoke of the Justice Nangme situation, and now you are speaking of Councillor Musa Dean. Do we see the possibility here of Councillor Musa Dean being neutral as well, a professional person, a legal person serving on the bench, despite being appointed by President George Weah or nominated by President George Weah?
I can tell you, my brother, even in the most powerful country in the U.S., where the lawful country that we live in, strong law you still have on Capitol Hill or in the judicial system, you still have lawyers. We know that for a fact. Now, you're talking about Liberia. Liberia is nowhere. The system in Liberia is worthless. It's rotting. Nothing is there.
Thank you, sir.
There is no judicial system over there.
Thank you,
the legislative branch is rotting. All of the power is accumulated within the executive branch in Liberia.
Okay.
We are controls everything.
Let's hold you there. Thank you, sir. We appreciate your participation on the show tonight. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. We will now have to wrap up here. Let me say welcome, Momo Tume. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's
too late. Memo too late. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I mean, maybe I need glasses. So.
I was no, this one, it's fine.
Then what Prince will say? What the old man Prince will say? Yeah, but Maggie, thanks for joining us on the show tonight. It's good to have you on as well. So I think we'll just do our closing now. Let's start with you, Tule,
Yeah,
sorry. You
yeah,
you
yeah,
joining us tonight, and
yeah. My first time on the show. Yeah,
yeah, okay,
yeah,
your first time.
yeah. This is
Yeah.
my debut on the show. Yeah, thank you guys for the deliberations. I've listened to you guys, religiously, and I talk to, add my voice to all of you guys, what of you guys have been saying on the show. So I'll first look at the incident, the tragic incident that occurred in Totota.
Yeah.
My thoughts and prayers are with the family, you know, and those who have lost their lives. Such incident in our country should never have happened. It's unfortunate, and we hope that measures are put in place that such incident does not occur again. But
Okay.
the issue is that about Joseph Walker not speaking though, I think he acknowledged that something like that happening in the country. He was briefed. He's aware that it happened, and he showed a light on it. That speaks volume of his leadership. That
And the question, Tule, the question that a lot of people are asking here, Mr. Tule, is that should we consider that acknowledgement as an official statement from the office of the of the president elect?
in part, what you say is official, not because it's not written, doesn't mean that's it. We should just consider it as not being official. If it's from the president elect of the Republic of Liberia speaking on issue, maybe he did not extensively talk about it, but he acknowledged and he had a moment of silence. That speaks volume. Let
A
us give it
moment
to
of
him.
silence, isn't that something that any well organized person would do in such a time at a public function? If you went to speak on any of those public functions, given the situation at hand, isn't that something any organized person would do?
If you are not a leader who's aware of, you're not cognizant of what's going on in the country, you wouldn't say that. You'd be focused. He would have been focused on his certification and and other stuff. But he first of all acknowledged that first. So I mean, in as much as we want him to take the other step, that is an official statement from his office, we expect that to come out in the coming days. And with regards to him visiting the hospital, look, we cannot have two presidents at a time, right? I understand. There is a time we all need him to go to the hospital and,
Yeah.
and see those victims. But at the same time, let him allow President Weah to be President Weah, right? He should not jump the gun. Let us in the coming day. I mean, it's just been like a little over 24 hours since the incident occurred. Let us give this man like tomorrow or the day after. After
No, no,
if he doesn't do that, then we can start to criticize this man. But it's just been a little over 24 hours.
Finally from my end, too late because we have to close up now and move to the next panelist. Now you just spoke of we having a sitting president that should be visiting the hospitals at this time. It should not, all the attention should not just be focused on Ambassador Barker. Did we have the sitting president visiting the hospitals when those who were victims of that situation at the UP headquarters? Did we have the sitting president visiting before the president elect now visited? If the picture you painted is something to go by.
But mind you, remember when the incident occurred, he gave some lag time observing people where he no you have to listen to you have to see this. He gives some lag time over to see whether the president would have responded. He was trying to not interfere that much, but he was still trying to want to show concern, and he did go there. So let us give him, like, it's just been a little over 24 hours. Just see when it happened. Little over 24 hours. So let us allow this man, give him tomorrow and see what he does tomorrow, whether he's going to visit the JFK Medical Center and other places around the country, or visit the accidents where the tragic incident occurred. Maybe he will go there, maybe, and just go in and see and see what's, where the incident occurred and stuff, like, to show concern.
Thank you.
To his citizens. So, but let me talk about the Mossadegh stuff to close up, right?
Okay, yeah, just in 10 seconds.
Yeah, every president would love to have this moment that we has right now, right? It is legal. right? We agree, but we know it is not, for me, to them, it is politically expedient for them, right? But we who support the Joseph Yuma Boakai camp, we oppose to it because every president will want someone at the Supreme Court bench to kind of profit or support their agenda, right? As it happened here in the U.S. With Donald Trump, he appointed someone else, and the Senate rejected, refused to have accepted the nominee that Obama gave because they wanted the issue of this whole thing we would call pro-choice and pro-life. So everyone will want someone out there. So it's politically expedient for for Josh Weah, but we think we from the Joseph Tima Poker camp thing, the time is not right for us on our side. That we need them. We need to give this chance to Joseph Yuma Boakai so that he can solidify, use that to propound his legacy, to kind of stick a legacy on them, because that's a legacy issue. Josh Weah want a legacy, so that this will be a part of his legacy.
Thank you very much.
If it goes through.
Thanks a lot, Tule. Let's hear from you, Prince. In your closing, take 1 minute to do that, sir.
She get Kimber. Maggie, you okay? Merry Christmas, miss.
All right. The man taking 1 minute. He's taking 30 seconds from the 1 minute to tell Maggie hi, Merry Christmas, and everything. Anyway, go ahead. You left with 30 seconds.
Stop being jealous. Stop being jealous.
You see, and Nelson, let me just speak on Councilor Mossadegh issue first. Nelson, I would just tell that, because I don't even thinking about the Senate, those are sitting in our house right now. They are not being reputable, number one, before for the past 5 years. And they couple months from now, you think they'll be reputable? No. That's the reason why the Liberian Post voted 11 of them out. That's number one. Number two, all I'm asking the Liberian, in Liberia, is with the 10-day window that Georgia is asking for the reconvening of the people that will be sitting while paying them free money for the Liberian to get at our capital and denounce Mossadegh confirmation. That's number one. Because
so you're calling on them to denounce, to reject him?
To reject him. That is, they must show up and tell the lawmakers that section should be whole. It should not happen. It should not happen. Because Josh Weah know the game he playing. The game he playing, the first thing first, the outgoing assistant judges have not resigned. The man wrote a letter to you for early retirement. Did you in return saying a copy to say, oh, I agree? Sir, I agree. What time?
Okay.
When Spoon asked him, when there was a call today, what did the man say? He said, in blank, I'm putting for early retirement. Even the country we live in, when you want to resign, you put in your letter of resignation with the date. Effective XYZ date. I will be resigning from the company. He has not done that.
Okay, let's hold you there.
I want to repeat the letter. When somebody saying letter, I say, okay, Nelson, I want resign from Spoon. Ain't you supposed to reply me? Right, Nelson? So
thank you, sir. Thank you.
So we are getting the same thing he's been doing for the past 5 years. He come do it again to the people. Nelson, we will convince our people to show up at the capital for that section to not hold. For real. And what
Thank you, sir. Let's hold you there. Alfred, let's hear you, sir. Quickly.
Nelson, they may just drop their phone inside the whole conversation so you can laugh small. Joey are doing it, just say, we did buffer and Kevin. When you know a Kevin can't do it, you got it. I want you again.
Yeah.
I want you again. He's okay, no problem.
How did they relate to I want you again kind of situation?
But on a serious note, right? On the nomination thing. What is the civil society contribution to it? What is the bar association contribution to it?
Contribution to what?
The nomination process in this country, before the associate justice is nominated by the president, you have these stakeholders that will recommend names to the president. And the president own word will select whoever he feel best among the nominations. That did not happen in the case of Musa Dean. This current associate justice sitting down, he just wrote you a letter and say, "Oh, I want to retire early." What happened tomorrow when the senior associate justice music come and say, "So, achieve my man."
Okay.
What will you do?
Thank you.
You know, so we gotta be serious here.
Thank
you. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Okay, let me leave it out because you want.
No, Nelson, what will you
Thank
do?
you.
No,
What will you do?
What will you
do?
The man said, "I come tomorrow." What you do?
What you do?
No. Listen, you ain't changing your mind. You read letter, you send it to me. It's gone. I mean, we're not doing action and pop-up player. You can't say you want to retire early, then you come back, you don't change your mind. But anyway, Mikey, let's hear you. Do your closing.
Hi, everyone. I just want to say something before I start, because after I raise something, what if he Musa, I mean, Justin Nambwe come back and say, "Oh, I reconsider my decision to retire early," because we have in the law when to retire, right? Even in the US here,
70.
yes,
70 years old.
US here they have a retirement age. Let me give an example to exactly what Alfred said before I can hit on. I had a co-worker during the COVID. She wrote our boss, the doctor, that because of the situation, actually she reached the age of retirement, and she thought everything was going to work in line with the retirement benefit with Social Security and all. When she went to Social Security office, she got a shock of her life. What she was expecting did not materialize. She came back. She took 2 weeks off, and she told our boss, the doctor, that before that she was going to retire. That was before she saw a benefit going to the office, social security and everything. She saw a benefit. Guess what happened? She came back to work, went back to the boss man. He was in the process because we didn't have no one to replace him. Went back and she asked for her job back, and he gave it. People can ask for retirement. He's sick. He asked for early retirement. He have not reached the age for the retirement yet. It's early. Things can change. Like Alfred was saying, in America, we always copy America. We say we go by what the American does. If we copy the American way of dealing with situation, what were the names that was sent up? There was no names that we were hearing here and there. Give me 1 second. Give me a minute. I got a small voice right now. I ain't getting up. So give me
We have 2 minutes to be here, and the rest of the time.
yeah, I'm trying to wrap up. The reason why I brought I just brought a lay part in based on what Alfred said. I was just giving an example that people can come back and change their mind. So you just took me now. So Musa Dean is being played. I mean, Josh Weir is just trying to pay Musa Dean for what he did for the Korea Mususka case. And we not yet to on the Senate, the vagabonds that is sitting over there should go ahead and even try to even put this in a lean dumb section. This same president wrote a letter to all the ministries asking them not to employ, not to take money. And he come back, the same person that said, "Do not do this." Then you telling your honor people not to do something, but you as the head, you should be the example for the country. And you going back now trying to appoint a justice minister for the Supreme Court. So what you expecting your other people to do? And then we go back to the case that happened with the victim. Sorry for those who lost their life and in the hospital. But you see, when Francis talked about men's priority, when your mind is not fixed, you try to do stuff that completely opposite. We have our citizens, our family members dying in the hospital instead of that spineless invertebrate president.
Listen, no,
Speak
no,
to
no,
the
no,
nation.
no, no,
In
no,
order to not,
Maggie,
to not,
Maggie.
don't him
Listen,
be like,
no,
do not
no, no,
caution my voice.
no,
I
no,
speak for myself. No,
no,
nothing. I
Maggie,
speak for myself.
Maggie,
Anything
listen,
I say, I speak for myself. I'm not
no,
going to accept it. I
no,
will
no,
not accept it. I will
no,
not
listen,
accept it.
Maggie,
No, nothing. I will not. I
okay,
will not. Can talk
Maggie,
to
your
our
time is
and
out.
you
Your
can call
time is
the senators. They call the
your time.
senators name. You're not going to censure me. No, I'm
Yeah,
not going
so,
to take
so,
it.
so this is the point I'm coming in with, right, Maggie, Maggie,
Oh,
Maggie.
don't tell me not to say what I want to say.
No, Maggie,
So,
listen, Maggie. So the presidency is not about President George Weah. There are certain ways we have to address the presidency with some level
he's
of
not.
respect.
I don't have one respect. If a president doesn't have respect for their citizen,
No,
you cannot
let-
call that person a president. A
okay,
president, a
Maggie,
leader. Wait,
thank you.
hold on 1 second.
Maggie,
Let
your
me
time is up.
let me
Maggie,
try to a
Maggie,
leader.
Maggie, you've taken 3 minutes. You've taken 3 minutes, Maggie. Just look at the time. We have to move on to Francis, as I said
Oh
earlier.
no, nothing. That's
Uh,
not right. You cutting me off. I am not laying here. You cut me off because you want to ask a question. Let me give me 30 seconds. If a
okay,
leader want to be,
listen,
if a leader need a respect, you earn it.
okay, Mikey, let's do this. Let's do this. I'm setting the timer now. I'm giving you 30
Yeah,
seconds.
set that timer for me. If a
Timer now.
leader need a respect, you earn it. If I lead my children need to respect me, I need to earn it, not because I born them. I need to earn it. He is not a leader. A leader that will not stand for the people is not a leader. So yes, we will disrespect him because he disrespect the Liberian people. I will not sit here and allow our family members sitting in the hospital and you call somebody a leader. When will he stand up for the Liberian people? He vagabond.
Thank you.
I'm
No,
done.
listen, Mikey. And let me say this. Let me say this, folks. We can
Maggie on
disagree
fire
with our
today.
leaders. We can disagree with our leaders on the show, on the issues. We can disagree with our leaders. But if we create an environment, if we create an atmosphere where we'll start to insult leaders, start to refer to them in a very denigrating manner, what we're doing is that we're setting the stage for even the people coming after them to be disrespected, and that's the
You disrespect us. When you when a leader disrespect the citizen, you disrespect the leader.
oh, but Mikey, Mikey, you're not behaving right, please, Mikey. This is what we're trying. The kind of Liberia we want is not a Liberia where we should be talking to our leaders anyhow. Yes, we can we can disagree with them. We can disagree with them. It should be on the issues. All right, it should be on the issues. If we take onto the airwaves or the social media and start to insult our leaders head on, what do you expect other people out there to do? I mean, let's create that atmosphere, man, and let's try to respect our leaders. That's just my point. It's not about President George Weah.
And
It's
you must
about
ask you the leader should respect the citizen too.
yeah. And I respect your point as well, Mikey. I respect your view. I respect your take on this. Thank you. Let's take Francis. Francis, please go ahead.
Yeah, for me first, I just want to disagree with Alfred and Megan quickly on one thing. There's no requirement that the president has to receive a list of people to choose from to present a nomination. There's no requirement anywhere, even in the U.S. or just like the U.S., the people are more sophisticated because they know when you put your name on anything, it's part of your legacy. So they let their lawyers and people to vet everybody and bring them maybe 10 or more people, and then they pick the rest among them. So there's no requirement. So whatever George Weah want to do, we know he doesn't care for legacy. I don't think he even think about the word legacy anyway. So he just showing Musa. There's no requirement about having people presented to you. But one thing I want to also address Mr. Momo Tule about is it hasn't been just 24 hours. It's been over 48 hours since that incident took place in Toronto. But then
I said a little over. I said a little over 24.
24 hours, but 48 hours
Okay.
is not a little. 48 hours is not a little. It's like a whole day past 24 hours. So, but to our library put in the comment section, the reason I'm speaking, I see some people come and say, "Oh, Francis are undercover sedition." No, I'm not a sedition. I was for the when I keep on the platform, I told everybody I was for anybody but George Weah. It just so happened that Joseph Boakai became the president that went against George Weah. And we cannot keep making excuses, right? Our country has suffered for way too long.
Thank you.
We need somebody that will hit the
20
ground
seconds.
running. We need somebody to hit the ground running. So we're not going to make excuses. We know George Weah will not be presidential. So Joseph Boakai need to give the Liberian people the confidence and the hope that, okay, yes, change has come. That's why we said take the time to go out there after his certification program. His communication team should start prepared. Now you need to do this. You need to go to the hospital. Not waiting for George. Nobody should wait for George Weah for anything. George Weah is not thinking about Liberian people.
Thank you.
Right now, he's thinking about himself.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Baba, let's hear you quickly now. You're closing. Francis, your hand is up, but my man, we got time for your hand again, but we closing this thing here.
You still want portrait the man already said.
Yeah, that whole portrait thing there, we get anything
Yeah,
for.
but you know, I think my brother Francis misconstrued what I said. I didn't say there was a requirement.
No, I
was saying for the political expediency. You know, that you will take away anything that will have to do with corruption and all of that. You gave the public the opportunity to weigh in their thoughts and opinion as it relates to whoever that will become the next official justice.
Mama, please come in quickly.
Thank you, Nelson. Well, you know, I am my brother Bumbai, our president-elect. You should have, give a statement. But end of the day, he came out doing a certification. He said what he said, right?
I will ask you the question. That statement at the certification, does that equate to an official statement from the office of the president-elect?
It's not. It's just a tease, right? Well, I mean, a tease. It's just something like he just came. He went there and he used that opportunity to talk to the people and to get encouraged. But then, don't get it twisted. JMB and his team, I already discussed, when to come out. As I said earlier, they're coming out from now to Saturday. From now to Saturday, they're coming out to get an official statement on the incident, and then from there they will visit the hospital and they will do what like.
I mean, from now to Saturday, that's definite time. But anyway,
you're not an official spokesman.
I'm not an official spokesman, but I'm speaking from sources. I'm not an official spokesman, but I'm speaking from sources. So there's nothing we like. So let me conclude by that whole nomination thing about Musa Din. No, we are playing phone. But then when we look at it on the other side, our Senate, those people they have that they don't consider spans. They have no span, right? And how you call it? Yeah, yeah. So the same people will come out and vote and from Musa Din. But the only thing I can tell the Senate, right? People that they delay the process on the JMB coming and they get the right to do it. They can delay the process until the incoming government can take power. Other than that, they may be confirmed. When they may be confirmed, will be bound on the incoming government. Let us talk.
Thank you.
In our country, all the Baba thing was happening. He never one day come out and say anything.
I want to say a very big thank you to all of you.
I enjoy you, man.
Thank you to Alfred. Thank you to Alfred. Thank you to Momo Tule for joining us for the first time tonight. Prince Gray, thanks for joining us tonight, sir. Francis Jabate, thanks for joining us tonight. Francis is always the first. As a matter of fact, once the link hits the chat room, Francis is always the first to come on. I must applaud you for that. Maggie is always spying in the background. Now she comes on. She wants to bring fire, unnecessary fire in the show. She comes with a Bible, quoting scriptures to use it to fire at other people. But I want to say thank you.
I was just about to say in the Bible, I wanted to quote something. Because in the Bible, it says, "Parent take it by quote." So if John we won't be respected, you will respect the Liberian people. You can't disrespect the Liberian people and you expect us to respect you.
Mikey, keep that Bible voice. I think we want it today. Thank you.
They went use on Georgia.
And Mama, thanks for being here tonight as well. So, guys, we look forward to having a great show tomorrow. And
man, not bad. Thank you too, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. All right, folks, we want to say thanks a lot for being here with us on this edition of the Late Night Show. My name is Nelson Colette. Thanks to the entire team. We'll be here tomorrow with another great edition of the show. Vacabina Toure. Yeah, you're coming on late, but thanks for showing up here. And till we come your way again, have a good night. Let's remember, Liberia is all we have, so let's keep the peace. All right? Bye-bye for now.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the